Hello everybody and welcome to Cars at 100, and today we are at XS Leasing once again to look at the brand new vehicle. This is 2018 Toyota Camry SE. This is inline 4-cylinder engine that the car has. So let's not waste any more time and let's dig into it. So as you can see, the design has changed drastically for this year. As you can see with these headlights, very sharp looking car, very Japanese looking car. I like those mirrors on the side. Very nice looking grille as well, very huge logo for the Toyota. And this car looks really cool, really nice, and I think they are nailing the design with this vehicle. Finally, Camry looks sharp, looks nice, and looks something that competes with Nissan Maxima's design. And it's very important because Camry wasn't a very good designed vehicle, but now it's a different story. As you can see by these headlights as well, this car is very, very good looking, very sharp looking as well. I like these cutouts, even though these vents are fake, still look nice on the bumper. As you can see, that diffuser. And if you opt for V6 version of this car, you will get quad exhaust in the back. Yes, quad exhaust will come with this car, guys, and 301 horsepower as a bonus. But it is a very nice car. I like these sharp lines. I'm always for the very good designed vehicle, very sharp looking car. This line, as you can see, of a window here and the roof line is very, very reminiscent of a sports type of sedan, and this car is asking for something high performance. Maybe in future, hopefully we will get something like this. But overall, I really like this car, and let's hop inside and see what this car has to offer on the inside. In order to access this vehicle, you have this new Toyota key fob that has been given to customers this year, and very interestingly, it looks like my key from Volkswagen that has a switchblade, and it has a Toyota logo in the back. Lock, unlock, hold for trunk release, and of course panic button. Interesting design on the key. I think it's very interesting way to deliver the key fob. And if the car doesn't come with a push button ignition, this key comes in very handy. You can just keep this key in your pocket, and you can lock and unlock vehicle by pressing the lock and unlock on the key fob itself. There is no sensors on the door, and you can open the door with the key as well. So as we go inside here, as you can see, these door cards, very good design on these door cards. I like how this line goes into the door opener handle, and very good design everywhere. Automatic windows, even though this is a base vehicle, but with couple of features still. This car comes in with all automatic windows, and this is one of the best features of this car. You have the speaker housing here. You have a very good storage for bottle as well. You have a soft touch materials. They look cheap, I wouldn't lie, but they look nice in a way they look. As you can see here, we have the door seals, and we have all-weather floor mats that you can opt for this car. Very good and very useful feature, very useful option if you live in a colder climates. As well as these seats, you have this leatherette material. This is not full leather, but this car feels really nice in terms of the design as well, and bolstering on these seats as a big bonus. I'm so happy to come inside this vehicle just for a simple reason, because this car has been redesigned for this year, and it is a huge redesign. I mean, Toyota is stepping in the right direction with this car, and you can see with this design here, you can see the stitching. Even though it's a fake stitching, but it looks really nice. It can compete with a Bentley. No, I'm not trying to sell this vehicle too much, I think this is a very good design, and I think everything here makes a very good design language. And all the keys, all the buttons, everything feels expensive. This car doesn't feel cheap. Even though it is not an expensive car, you still get a lot for your money. You have the 8-speed automatic shiftable transmission here. There is no CVT here. You can also get V6 with this car, very powerful engine. Also, speaking of that, let's not wait and start the car. Even though it's a 4-cylinder engine, still, let's see how it is. And as I said before, there is no push button ignition on this car, and this switch blade key comes very handy. You don't have to press brake since you have the key. And as you can see here, with very good graphics on the screen on the right and in the middle, this car roars to life. And you know, I'll tell you this honestly and straightforward. If someone told me that this car is under $40,000, I would be very surprised. Maybe there are a couple of materials here and there that you can see and they feel cheap and they look a little bit cheap, but still, this car, for being Toyota and being a reliable company like Toyota is, it is a very good car overall. I like the speedometers also on the left and on the right. You get this a very good font that is clear at night, during the day, and it's very important in a car. I can't stress this enough, how comfortable it is, because you're gonna look at the speedometer when you drive this car, you're gonna look at the steering wheel, and everything has to feel nice, has to feel harmonious when you use this car. This is not just a regular car. This is something that you can, I think, attach to yourself, because it looks nice, it feels nice, and it is very, very soft car as well to drive. You have many options on this steering wheel. If we speak about the steering wheel feel, it is really nice. I don't like this plastic material here though. It feels a little bit cheap. If this was see-through, I think it would be more interesting for this steering wheel. And if it was flat bottom, would be even better. But I heard before that flat bottom steering wheels are going out of style. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. Let's see what the future will hold. And you have a volume buttons here. You have a Bluetooth in this car that comes available, of course. You have the controls here for the middle screen over there. You can control left of the steering wheel, and you have the cruise control here as well. You have lane keep assist here. You have many different options for safety as well. You have automatic headlights in this car, of course. As I mentioned before, you have automatic all windows in this car. You have very good cup holders in this car here as well. There is a rubbery material for the cups not to slide around, very good as well. You have the storage bin here, and you can move it out to put something on top, maybe coins or something like that. You have also here aux and USB inputs here, very conveniently. You can connect your phone and keep it here. Also, you have a climate control system, automatic climate control system, very good keys, very minimalistic looking. I like this design overall. These keys, even though they're a little bit small, I wish they were a little bit bigger for the size of a finger, average finger, but that's my only gripe for this area here. You have very good volume knob. I wish this was rubbery here. This is plastic, this is hard plastic, kind of a soft plastic, let me correct myself. You have a hazard button here, very conveniently located, very good in terms of design as well. You have a pedal shifters on this car as well, so you can manipulate the gears, because this is a shiftable 8-speed automatic transmission, and very good for a little bit of a spirited driving. You have here a middle section which is really big, really deep as well, kind of unheard of for this type of not so small but not that big of a vehicle. This is not a flagship for Toyota, but still you get lots of storage throughout this cabin. I like this material here I wish this type of material was on the doors as well, because that's the only place you see this material. Unfortunately, maybe in future they will implement some other design into this car, but overall in terms of design, I like this car and I think it's a very good design. Okay guys, as you can see right now, I'm sitting behind this steering wheel, behind the wheel of this Toyota Camry, and you know, it's a very good sitting position. Very good dashboard feeling in front of you. It feels like it's not too big, not too small. Buttons feel in the reach. Everything is comfortable. It feels spacious here. The first thing that comes to my mind when I sit into this car, it feels spacious. I feel like I'm sitting in a flagship of Toyota, and it feels really good in terms of the design and in terms of the space as well. There is a good visibility in this car, which is very important for this type of class of vehicle, and there are lots of legroom in the back, which I'm gonna get to soon. And overall, I think it's a very good feeling. There is a newer infotainment system for these Toyotas. They feel much better. They feel more precise when you touch them. They feel more responsive, and I think that's the most important thing and the biggest gripe I think that the clients had before, because infotainment systems improve, and I think Toyota stepped in a better direction as well with this infotainment system. So overall, I like these buttons on the steering wheel. The steering wheel feels really good in your hand. You can manipulate this steering wheel top, bottom, back and forth for your pleasure of driving, and I can adjust it the way I want it. I can lay back here and be comfortable in this vehicle the way I want it. There is a fully automatic adjustable seats here. You can lower the seats down, and they feel really good. There is automatic lumbar adjustment as well in this car for the longer trips, and it's very comfortable overall. And I think in this type of price bracket, for being a Toyota as well, because it's a huge bonus for reliability, I think this car is really nice. One of the best vehicles I reviewed this year. Perhaps I correct myself, this year just began, maybe last year, for the year of last year. But overall, I like it. As you can see right now, I'm sitting on the back seat of this Toyota Camry, and what a nice place to be in as well. As much as in front, same thing is in the back. There is a very comfortable sitting position here. There is a lot of legroom. I have to tell you that this middle section is lower than I expected, and it's gonna be very convenient for people to get in and get out of this car, as well as sit in the middle of this car. But if you're gonna sit in the middle of this car, you're not gonna have a lot of headroom, as you can see here, because this car has the cutouts for the passengers on the left and right, but not in the middle. Perhaps it's a design feature, perhaps not. This car doesn't come with a moonroof as well, just a full roof, and I think overall it's really good. There is automatic windows, as I said and mentioned before. This car comes with full automatic windows all around in this car, which is really good as well. But overall, very good, doesn't feel cramped, and I think the difference in color with the top and bottom section of the interior, I think makes sense here, because it feels less claustrophobic when you sit in the back of this car. And for the longer trips to when you're gonna take in this car in the back seat, I think it's gonna make a lot of sense. Okay, let's check out the trunk space on this car. And in order to open it, you press and hold the trunk button, and it opens just like that. And as you have in front all-weather floor mats, you have all-weather trunk mat as well, which is very useful if you spill something or you're gonna carry something that is, you know, food or something like that. You're not gonna feel that it's gonna make your trunk dirty. So overall, in terms of the trunk space, is really deep. To be honest, I expected a little bit more for this type of class of vehicle, but it's not bad. You can also drop down these seats, back seats, and have more storage to put something longer from the trunk into the interior. So that's a very good feature as well. What you see in front of you is a 2.5 4-cylinder engine that produces 201 horsepower and has 32 miles per gallon combined overall. And it's a very good engine for this car, and even though this is not a powerful engine, it is plenty enough for this car with the automatic transmission. And overall, it's a very good design as well. And this car being redesigned for this year, it makes a lot of sense that they have improved engines and their mile per gallon. I hope you enjoyed this review of 2018 Toyota Camry SE. If you have any questions, please visit or call XS Leasing Company. I'm gonna put all the information in the description box. See you next time. This was Cars at 100. Bye.